राहुल, कहाँ थे भाई? हेलो राहुल।
हाँ, गुड मॉर्निंग मैम।
गुड मॉर्निंग राहुल, कहाँ थे भाई? ऑलमोस्ट एक डेढ़ हफ्ते बाद आए हो।
मैम वो मेरी दादी एक्सपायर हो गई हैं।
ओह।
मेरे दादाजी एक्सपायर हो गए हैं। दोनों
ओह।
की डेथ हो गई, 4-4 5 5 दिन करके, कोरोना
ओह।
से।
ओह, मम्मी ठीक है तुम्हारी?
हाँ, मम्मी ठीक है मैम। बहुत लोग, सब पूरे घर पर पॉजिटिव था मैम। और दो
हाँ,
डेथ हो गई। अभी तो दादाजी का तो 5 दिन हुआ। दादी जी का 10 दिन हो गया।
जब क्या तुम्हारे यहाँ तो सबको वैक्सीन भी लग गया था।
मैम वैक्सीन कितने भी लग जा रहा है, लेकिन हो जा रहा है, पता नहीं क्यों।
हो जा रहा है पर मतलब पता नहीं, जो सुना है वो इतना कि एटलीस्ट फेटल तो नहीं हो रहा है। लोग को मरना तो नहीं चाहिए अगर वैक्सीन लगवा रहे हैं तो। पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है,
मैम
समझ ही नहीं आ
उनकी एज हो गई थी मैम।
रहा।
उनकी एज हो गई थी। वो 60 से ऊपर थे।
हम्म।
और उनको एडमिट भी कराया गया था, एम्स भी भिजवाया गया था। सोचे सही हो जाएंगे, लेकिन पैसा वैसा सब जमा करा के कुछ हुआ नहीं।
टफ टाइम्स। अच्छा तुम्हारा, अच्छा रिज्यूम फॉर्मेट मैंने भेजा था वो तुम बना लिया है तुमने रिज्यूम अपना?
हाँ मैम, एक क्वेश्चन था उस पे। मैं,
हाँ,
मेरा एमबीए कंप्लीट हुआ, एग्जाम मेरा हो चुका है, तो मैं इस पे क्या दिखाऊं?
तो दिखा दो परसुइंग।
अच्छा, ओके मैम।
जब तक रिजल्ट नहीं आएगा तब तक दिखा दो कि कर रहे हो तुम। जब रिजल्ट आएगा तो मार्क्स डाल देना।
ओके
कब तक
मैम।
आएगा रिजल्ट? तुम्हारे एग्जाम्स हो गए?
हाँ मैम, एग्जाम्स हो गए।
अच्छा, तो रिजल्ट एक आध महीने में आ ही जाएगा ना?
हाँ, 1 आध महीने में आ जाएगा।
हाँ, तो
जून जुलाई
देख।
तक आ जाएगा मैम।
हाँ, तो तब डाल देना, जब आएगा तब तक लिख दो कि परसुइंग।
हाँ मैम, बस वही सोच रहा था। मैम अभी भी मुझे लग रहा कि अभी मैं बीमार ही हूँ।
टाइम लगता है इससे रिकवर करने में। जिन लोग को
क्योंकि
हो जा रहा है उनको बहुत
मैम अगर
टाइम लग
ठीक
रहा है रिकवर करने में।
मैम ठीक तो हो जा रहा है, लेकिन पता नहीं, मेरे घर में अगल बगल बहुत सारे पूरा सील हो चुका है सब। कब किसको
हम्म।
है, किसी से टच हो जा रहा है तो हो जा रहा है।
हम्म। बहुत ज्यादा कंटेजियस है ना ये। हमारे घर
यस
में तो
मैम।
लगता है सबको हो गया है।
हाँ मैम, सबको ही है। मैम एक
मेरे।
क्लास,
हाँ।
एक ट्रेनिंग कब तक चलेंगे मैम?
हाँ राहुल
गुड
बोलो।
मॉर्निंग। कह रहे मैम, ट्रेनिंग कब तक चलेंगे?
आई थिंक ये हफ्ता ही है बस, अब नेक्स्ट
अच्छा,
दो
ओके
दिन
मैम।
मुझे लगता है और है ना। आज और 2 दिन और फिर ट्रेनिंग तो आपकी खत्म है। और आज आपका प्लेसमेंट इंटरवेंशन भी है ना, 1 बजे
हाँ हाँ।
से।
हाँ हाँ मैम।
इंटरवेंशन है तो खत्म ही है अब आपकी ट्रेनिंग तो।
यस मैम।
क्योंकि मेरा मेरा जो डोमेन था वो मैं आज खत्म कर दूंगी। 2 दिन आपका थोड़ा सा इंटरव्यू प्रिपरेशन होगा कि किस तरह से रिज्यूम बनाना है, किस तरह से इंटरव्यू में। उसके बाद खत्म है, उसके बाद फिर आपके लिए प्लेसमेंट पोर्टल खुल जाएगा। आज आपके जो भी क्वेश्चंस हो प्लेसमेंट के
हम्म,
रिगार्डिंग, जो भी क्वेश्चंस हो, तो आपका जो प्लेसमेंट इंटरवेंशन है, प्लेसमेंट टीम आपके साथ जुड़ेगी।
हम्म,
उनसे आप पूछ लीजिएगा, क्योंकि प्लेसमेंट के बारे में मुझे खास पता नहीं होगा, मेरा ज्यादा ट्रेनिंग का पता होगा मुझे। तो
हम्म,
आपका जो भी है रिगार्डिंग योर प्लेसमेंट, तो ये सबके लिए है, सिद्धार्थ, राहुल, देवेश। तो जो भी क्वेश्चन आपके प्लेसमेंट के लिए हैं, चाहे तो सोच के बैठना।
हम्म।
और जो भी क्वेश्चन है आपके दिमाग में वो आप पूछ लेना, क्योंकि प्लेसमेंट से रिगार्डिंग बाकी कोई नहीं बता पाएगा, वही लोग बता पाएंगे आपको। ठीक है।
ओके मैम। ओके मैम।
गुड मॉर्निंग मैम।
गुड मॉर्निंग राहुल।
गुड मॉर्निंग मैम।
गुड मॉर्निंग सिद्धार्थ। अच्छा, अभी खुशबू और अर्पिता ने ज्वाइन नहीं किया है, बट एनीवेज लेट अस स्टार्ट। देर हो गई वैसे ही। So this was what we were seeing कि मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग पता कैसे चलेगा. मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग का सब तरीका है पहले. दैट्स व्हाई नो केवाईसी इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. अब आपको पता चलेगा ये मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग है कि नहीं, लुकिंग एट द प्रोफाइल ऑफ द कस्टमर. कि अब किसी कस्टमर का बिजनेस है and he comes and deposit cash, it's still okay. But a person who's seen who's in his KYC has said that he works somewhere, he's an salaried professional, and every day he comes and deposit cash, then there is something fishy. So we have to constantly be on the lookout as to if the customer is doing the transaction as per his account. So usually banks have softwares to catch it, but आप ब्रांच लेवल पे भी कैच कर सकते हैं. If you if you have opened the account and you know the customer, then काउंटर पे जब वो आएगा तो usually by his body language, by the way he acts, a lot of time you can detect if any money laundering is happening. So ये हमने देखा केवाईसी का. लाइक वी हैव सीन 4 pillars of KYC. Who remembers the 4 pillars of KYC? किसको याद है 4 pillars of KYC? Anybody remembers the 4 pillars of KYC? किसी को नहीं याद है? सिद्धार्थ, क्या क्या होता है केवाईसी में?
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. बोलो.
Ma'am, first is customer acceptance.
Customer acceptance policy, yes. Then
Customer identification.
Yes.
Then customer verification.
Customer identification और customer verification में क्या difference है?
मैम कस्टमर आइडेंटिफिकेशन में मैम उसका आईडी मतलब फोटो आईडी या ओरिजिनल आईडी चेक करते हैं. और वेरिफिकेशन
मॉनिटरिंग मैम.
Customer identification, customer verification is the same thing where you take the ID address proof of the customer to know where his identification and his address. So KYC
transaction monitoring.
Transaction monitoring. Yes, correct, Rahul. So transaction monitoring.
Risk management.
And risk management. Risk classification, not management.
Yes, ma'am. Risk classification.
Risk classification, because your management would be after you have classified the risk. So risk identification, like classifying the customer in various risk categories: high, medium, low, and then constantly monitoring the transactions. So जरूरी नहीं है कि transaction आपका cash में हो. It can be routed through the account also, and it will be done in such a way that the identification can be concealed. So बहुत सारे छोटे-छोटे amount के transactions भी हो सकते हैं just to conceal the source of the transaction. So anything which does not make sense, anything which does not go with line with the customer, or anything which does not make sense is a suspicious transaction. So suspicious transactions mean a transaction, whether or not made in cash, which to a person acting in good faith gives rise to a reasonable ground of suspicion that it may involve the proceed of crime, or appear to be made in circumstances of unusual and unjustified complexity, appears to have no economic, rational, or bona fide purpose. So anything which looks amiss can be a suspicious transaction. So इसको हम लोग रेड फ्लैगिंग भी कहते हैं. एज वी नो, रेड इज द कलर ऑफ डेंजर. और ट्रैफिक लाइट भी अगर रेड होती है तो यू हैव टू स्टॉप. सो रेड फ्लैगिंग इज marking a sign of caution. So कुछ आपके अकाउंट्स भी रेड फ्लैग होंगे. कौन से अकाउंट आपके रेड फ्लैग हो सकते हैं? कौन से अकाउंट रेड फ्लैग हो सकते हैं?
मैम कोई भी करेंट अकाउंट या सेविंग अकाउंट.
वो तो ठीक है, वही तो अकाउंट्स होते हैं. बट किस टाइप के अकाउंट्स, किन के अकाउंट्स? पॉलिटिकली एक्सपोज पीपल के अकाउंट,
पॉलिटिकली
या फिर
पॉलिटिकली एक्सपोज मैम.
हाँ, पीईपी देखा नहीं था हम लोग ने?
यस मैम.
पॉलिटिकली एक्सपोज पीपल, या फिर जिनका नाम अच्छा नहीं है. So those are red flags, and there are certain activities also which are red flag activities, which simply mean that you need to be careful in dealing with these people. So some activities and transactions that are presented to a financial institution should raise a level of concern regarding the possibility of potentially money laundering activities. Evidence of red flag in an institution account and transaction should prompt the institution and examiner reviewing such activity to consider the possibility of illicit activity. While these red flags are not evidence of illegal activities, these common indicators should be part of an expanded review of suspicious activity. So red flagging is basically telling you to be more cautious. जैसे आप सड़क पे जाते हैं और कहीं गड्ढा खुद रहा है, so what is done, वहां पे एक रेड फ्लैग लगा दिया जाता है ना. So that is what red flag flagging means, just telling you that you need to be careful in dealing with this kind of people. So best practices, know your basics. Basics is किस तरह से काम करना है. So this have been telling you all banks have procedures for everything, and you have to become conversant with all these procedure. अगर नहीं पता है तो ask your supervisor, ask your bosses, but do not get into things which you don't understand. So get your basics right. Include all sources of investigation. Try to get as much data as possible. Know your audience, know your environment, know your system, know your data, know your customer, know your investigators. Investigators usually तो आपके auditors होते हैं, जो या तो concurrent audit आपके branch में हमेशा ही बैठे रहते हैं, या it will happen in agreed upon time frame. So what they are going to ask, or how koi bhi, if so one simple trick which I had applied when I was working in a bank, whenever I used to do anything, koi bhi action liya, koi bhi transaction kiya, so the one question I used to ask myself, if somebody asked me why have I done it, do I have an answer? So if only I would proceed with transaction only if I had an answer for doing it. So bank mein you will have a lot of work, so there will be times when you will think कि यार कर देते हैं, छोड़ो इतना कौन सोचे, but that is not how that can end you in trouble. So whatever you're doing it, अगर आपको थोड़ा सा experience हो जाएगा, so it will not take you much time to answer that question. So whatever you're doing in a bank, just ask yourself, if somebody comes and questions you on this, will you be able to answer? So for example, if you're opening an account, ठीक है, आपने अकाउंट क्यों खोला? मैंने अकाउंट इसलिए खोला because the customer had full KYC. I verified his documents. I checked it on the net. PAN card से I could also check his information on the system. So that's why I opened the account. So this is a very simple trick of reducing error, है ना. और पर ये बात भी सच है कि जो काम करेगा एरर्स उससे ही होगी, जो काम नहीं करेगा उससे एरर नहीं होगी. But this will at least reduce the number of times you go wrong. Okay, so always ask questions, or always ask, will I be able to justify my action? That is what you should always ask yourself. So know your basics. Take a risk-based approach to each step of the program. That means identify the risk, Make clear how you address low risk matters and escalate high risk cases. Identify customers as high risk for money laundering and implement extra manual intervention. So we had seen this when we were doing KYC. We had seen that we can classify the rule of thumb, classify customers with high risk are people with more money and unknown source of income. These are the two things to identify a high risk customer. So include all sources of investigation in the program. A lot of time, banks have these circulars where they identify certain, fraudsters' name, or you have to. I had also told you when we were looking at loans. So it's not that you will only look at the loan in singularity. You also have to look at the environment. So reading newspaper also will help you to understand the customer and the process better. So press reports and all that needs to be read. Know your audience. So audience कौन है हमारे bosses हैं, हमारे regulators हैं. So ensure that your institution meets regulatory expectation. Provide actionably intelligence to law enforcement. Protect your institution's asset and customers from those individuals looking to exploit its product and services. अर्पिता has joined. अर्पिता, क्या हुआ? कानपुर में लाइट नहीं आ रही है?
मैम लाइट आ रही है, बट वो डॉक्टर ने ना चार्ट दिया हुआ है, वो 10 बजे वो सारा टेम्परेचर चेक करना, फिर ऑक्सीजन लेवल चेक करना, उससे लेट हो जाता है.
तुम अभी तक नेगेटिव नहीं आई हो क्या?
मैम 14 days तो आई विल हैव बीन क्वारंटाइन ना, आई विल हैव टू स्टे इन क्वारंटाइन.
कितने दिन निकल गए?
काउंट नहीं किया.
हाँ,
4-5 दिन हो गए होंगे.
And where is Khushbu today? Khushbu is not joined.
Yes ma'am, वहाँ पे लाइट नहीं आई है उसके घर पे. So he'll be joining by 10:30 or something like that.
Okay.
Sometime.
And what, any idea of Gaurav? Why Gaurav is not joining again?
No ma'am.
No idea. Anyways. So protect your institution assets and customers from those individuals looking to exploit this product and services. So branch में कभी भी आपको कोई ऐसा बंदा दिखे जो इधर उधर घूम रहा है, उससे जरूर जाके पूछिए क्या काम है, क्योंकि ऐसे लोग घूमते रहते हैं ब्रांच में and they try to even trap the customers. तो फिर customers के लिए क्या experience होगा कि मैं XYZ बैंक में गया तो मेरे साथ ऐसा हुआ. So कोई भी loiter कर रहा है branch में, just ask them, politely ask them, what are they waiting for? So demonstrate the board and senior management that your program meets all requirements. So you have to look at your audience is wide. You have the customers to answer, you have your bosses to answer, you also have the regulatory systems to answer. So know your environment, keep current or emerging trends and regulatory initiatives. कुछ change हुआ है, कुछ नया regulations आया है, you need to be updated. Review media reports, review subpoenas received by your institutions. Make it easy for business side to refer suspicious activity to the financial intelligence unit. तो यही हमने देखा था, when you are monitoring, if you come across any kind of suspicious activity, it has to be reported to FIU. Understand and actively participate in the rollout of new products and services. You have to be more careful about the new products because risks are not known. तो पुराने products में क्या हुआ है, risk था, वो fraud हो गया, उसके बाद the bank has put some measures to plug in that loophole, but might not be true for a new case. So new products you have to be careful. So understand the impact of institutional expanding market. So know your systems, what reports you can get from the system, what are the entries to be done. So leverage your institution best available client and transaction data sources. Monitor the performance of your system, analyze the conversion rate of alerts or case to SAR, make adjustment to rule, scenario and parameters as needed. Strive for the perfect balance between high yield detection and false positive containment. Eliminate unnecessarily. Automate routine, relocate to substantial, avoid duplication, connect observation. So again, it basically means that mindfully काम करना है हमको, because we are dealing with somebody else's money, so we have to be very mindful to reduce the risk as well. So data you have to obtain, identify, and integrate. So we have seen this, there are certain things which are mandatory to be obtained from the customer. So obtain that mandatory data, then obtain data sufficient to satisfy your customer base by type, so that you can create and leverage, execute accurate expected activity profile. So we've seen the account opening form in detail. So we have seen that a lot of data is taken from the customer to know him better, to know what kind of transaction will he do. It helps the bank in two ways. One, to meet the regulatory requirement of know your customer, and it also helps the bank to pitch the right kind of product to this customer. So what kind of products will meet what kind of customers becomes easy if you have this information. So today, in today's time, if you look at bank, the operational activity, most of it has been automated. Now, the expectations of the bank from the employees is only two things. One is sales through relationship management, and the other is compliance. So ये दो ही चीजें आपको ज्यादातर देखनी होगी. And integrate product line, data source, aggregate. Okay, so analyze your customer, analyze activity at the customer level, utilize peer group analysis. So similar customers जैसे हमने देखा था ना, low risk, high risk, medium risk. So उससे you can compare. Explain importance of obtaining customer accurate customer information. Perform link analysis, pattern analysis. Bring focus with fuzzy logic. So जो भी transaction है, does it make any financial sense? If it is not making, then it in most probability is a suspicious transaction. So this you might not be required to do. This will only be required in case of fraud has been done. However, you can look at investigators in your everyday working as the auditors, because they will come and investigate your work. Okay. So the auditors, when they will come, they would analyze your job with critical thinking, ability to see the big picture, and as per the law. So whatever activity we are doing should be in line with this. And this most of the banks have done actually. That's what I was telling you. The system also supports monitoring of transaction, because physically with the number of customers now we have, it might not be possible to look at each transaction separately and to know whether it's a suspicious transaction or not. So banks use these softwares which will throw out any kind of exception, anything which is not in line, and then it can be investigated. So in today's time, the banks have centralized the process that all AML investigations are performed within the FIO. Referrals based on high risk activity, referrals of newly identified high risk customer requiring a closer look. So this is done at the central level using artificial intelligence and other soft technology. So this is not something which you would do, but anyways, in case the fraud has happened, investigation process with no separation between investigator working referrals and investigation working cases, the investigator between each of the roles, provide meaningful. So training is one thing which organizations are looking at to control the risk. We've seen that. So the trainings can be done by live group meetings, webinars, seminars, regular department meeting, and focus of field execution and training on value added. So no, the only thing you have to keep in mind is the banking is a very dynamic field, and uh, because of all this, there are a lot of frequent changes. So you have to be aware of that changes also. Usually the method of doing it is in the branch is that the branch manager would call a meeting at the beginning of the working day and update you. But if you want to learn and you want to grow, it is a good practice to keep on reading all the circulars which come to you. So banks inform these challenge these the bank the bank keeps informing the changes through the circular. So if you want to know what is the current status, please read the circulars properly. So that's why reading is also very important. सो ये एक केस है, अगेन यूएस का केस है, बट बेसिकली अगर आप किसी भी फ्रॉड केस को देखोगे, you will see the fraud cases happen because of certain lapses in the system. और lapses क्यों होते हैं? Lapses जरूरी नहीं कि जानबूझ के हुए हो. Lapses होते हैं if you are not aware of it. So if you don't want to get into a fraud, because एक fraud is enough to destroy your entire career. So you have to be careful about it. Okay. This is a corruption case. Investigations assisted the FBI on a case related to possible corruption and ethics violation by an elected official. A suspicion activity report has been filed to report the apparent funneling of money through a series of accounts to the elected official. The scheme involved 3 banks, 4 bank accounts, 2 movie production houses, and 4 individuals. One of the business account, the signer of which was spouse of the elected official, alerted for potential structuring activity. The account was funded exclusively by checks from a second production house business, one of the signers of which was the spouse of a prominent land developer, and checks drawn on personal account of the land developers. So basically, ये layering है ना transaction का, so people shouldn't know what is the actual source of fund. So this is layering, trying to conceal the source of fund. So aside from potentially structured cash withdrawal event, outgoing activity consisted solely of the issuance of a series of checks over an extended period of time to the elected official spouse. The checks were deposited to the personal account of the elected official wife at a third bank. There were an absence of activity which indicated legitimate business operation in either movie production house account, nor did there appear to be any logical reasons for the funds to move through the bank. So that is what I was telling you. Anything which doesn't make financial sense can be a suspicious transaction. Okay, so anything which does not make financial sense can also be something to be suspicious of. So subsequently, we learned that the land developer was in the process of selling a large amount of land that was to be used for a controversial project, which was close to becoming blocked by the state legislation. The elected official was instrumental in blocking the bill, ensuring that the land developer deal would go through at significant profit to the developer. इंटरनेट परचेस फ्रॉड्स तो आप सुनते होंगे बहुत, और स्पेशली क्रेडिट कार्ड, क्योंकि क्रेडिट कार्ड में the foreign sites do not ask you a PIN and an OTP. So a lot of time domestic credit cards are misused in the internet purchase fraud. So there is also an onus on the merchant to be careful while doing this transaction, because if there are a lot of frauds which is happening through the merchant side, then maybe the merchant side would be suspended. Okay. So internet, obviously, we have seen there are a lot of advantage associated with internet. However, there are the disadvantage of fraud as well, because it is immediate. So store associative broad sweep identified commonalities between occupation, city of permanent address, geographical region of pickup. Video feed reviewed confirmed links, 896 wire transfer for 2.7 millions, 787 different names, 130 store, open case and ongoing collaboration with law enforcement. So internet banking, or in the way of internet payment, can also it is very susceptible to frauds. So human trafficking is moving people illegally from one country to another, and obviously you take money. So this is other लोग, जैसे for example पंजाब में कनाडा जाने चाहते हैं, so people can give them some kind of greed or some kind of lalach to pay some money, and they will enable their Canada visa or something of that. That is human trafficking. So, and obviously they will not expect the customer to pay the money upfront or pay the money legally, and therefore the customer would use illegal ways or money laundering to give them the money. So customer was making a typically large $10,000 cash deposit to her personal checking account. The funds subsequently were being depleted via cash check made payable to a third person. At account opening, the customer reported that she worked for a national fast food chain, making the large cash deposit suspicious. So again, salary customer making large cash deposit. As a result of detailed investigation that we provided on both our customers and non-customers individual cashing the checks at our branches. So ये भी बाहर का ही केस है, पर इंडिया में भी हो सकता है. You have to be careful about it. And non-customer cashing the checks at the branches. ICE or ICE was able to identify and track down a subject of an extensive alien smuggling ring. The non-customer was one of the approximately 50 people from the ICE has been searching. He was arrested by ICE at the airport and he was attempting to flee the country and return to Brazil. So this is an investigation agency. So basic US ka case hai. Now a suspicious report was filed on structured bill payments contacted by FBI for supporting documentation. Further investigation assisted in linking multiple suspects in drug money laundering ring. Individuals suspected of loading drug proceeds to prepaid cards through bill payment services. तो ये different type of money laundering हो सकती है. और दूसरी money laundering जो इंडिया में बहुत prevalent है is trying to convert cash into any kind of any kind of asset or tax evasion. These are all kind of things where the customer would use money laundering to conceal the source. And this is red flagging. You know, high risk customers are red flag. That means you have to be careful of the transaction these people are doing. So the FIU investigator traced cash deposit to customers' ATM account through account of 67 different but related companies, widely varying business types, including adult entertainment, real estate management, and elderly housing. One were linked within the bank customer information system because of the unique tax ID number. So this is what the importance of PAN number is. You'll be able to identify the transaction based on the PAN number. No typically expected business activity, anything which is not in line with the customer. ATM owners had a criminal record that included receiving stolen goods, attempted larceny, giving false documents to a public official, and conspiring for fraudulently obtaining Medicaid funds, and had suspected ties to organization crime. Speculation in that actual source of fund churning through the accounts was proceeds of illegal activities such as prostitution, drug trafficking, and gambling. So people trying to use a banking system to deposit their cash obtained by illicit means is also money laundering. So jahan pe bhi zyada cash do, the government has made the strict in India at least cash deposit very strict guidelines for cash deposit, and PAN number is essential, and other employees are also educated. Plus we went through the entire process of demonetization where the government has tried to reduce the use of cash. So the government is doing it bit to reduce money laundering. However, when we are sitting at the counter of the cash, we also have to be careful. So banking, फिर से मैं बता रही हूँ कि banking, though it looks very glamorous, it's a very boring job, because first you have to dress up very conservatively. You can't make fashion statements, and you can't have a fun while working. If you enjoy working like that, then it's okay. You have to be very careful in working. You cannot be casual, because every transaction you do, every action you take has some risk associated with it. So if you're advising the customer for investment, there is a risk. If you're accepting cash, there is a risk. If you're paying out cash, there is a risk. If you're even handing out a ATM card to the customer, there is a risk. Leave about all these things. Even if you're giving information, balance information to the customer, in itself is a risk. So because if you end up giving the balance to a wrong person, this information can be misused for withdrawing from the customer's account. So in bank, जैसे बोलते हैं ना, हर कदम फूक के रखना होता है. That is what is working in a bank. So you can now understand why people are the stress level of people working in the bank is so high, because one, they're handling with somebody else's money, and every action they take has a repercussion. So a simple thing like keeping your stamp. So for example, if you're sitting at the cash counter, you'll have a cash receipt stamp and a cash paid stamp, right? And by mistake, if you leave your cash receipt stamp outside, it can be misused. People can just put it on their paying slip and tell you that I came and deposited the cash, and this is your cash stamp. So anything you can think of, चाबी कहाँ रखी है, उसका भी repercussion हो सकता है. डेस्क से कब उठे, कहाँ गए, उसका भी repercussion हो सकता है. तो बैंक में you have to be very very careful and work within the system, because every step has a risk, and there can be a lot of tax fraud. So we might not do anything about filing a fraudulent tax return, but what we have to ensure that all our accounts have PAN number, and we do not assist the customer to do any investment through cash, because if anybody is doing it, it is basically with the intention of evading tax. So cash का transaction कम करना है, और हर transaction के लिए हमको मतलब customer के account में PAN number हमको update डेट रखना है। So suspicious activity report filed by on structured domestic remittance by individual. IRS is that the tax authority of the US requested supporting documentation, filing of fraudulent tax returns, corrupt letter carrier, remittance of proceeds, SAR linked additional suspected case. ऐसे some people can ask us direct information like if you have the income tax authority, then police, court, all these can give instructions to the bank, and we have to be careful of that as well. तो हमारे बैंक में जो जो मेल भी आती है, that also we have to be careful, क्योंकि आज के जमाने में physical mail, people will not send you letters. People will usually try to customers will try to communicate you with via emails or any electronic medium. Mails आपको आएंगी, आ सकती हैं, because these are the only way of legally informing people. They can come from tax authorities, they can come from legal authorities. So again, the mail which is coming to the bank also has to be dealt carefully. So बैंक में जो भी आप काम करेंगे, हर कदम आपको सोच समझ के रखना है. So these are some money laundering case studies. So we are seeing them so that you understand the seriousness of money laundering and how it can be done. Because only when you know why people do money laundering and what is the benefit they are going to arrive out of it, will you be able to look at a transaction with regards to money laundering. This is again a Colombian case. So in 1996, Harvard educated economist Franklin Jurado went to prison for claiming 36 million for Colombian drug lord Jose Santa Cruz Londono. Yeah. People with a lot of dirty money typically hire financial experts to handle the laundering process. तो ये भी है जो भी ना, इसीलिए CAs और lawyers को थोड़ा सा लोग in the bank we are extra cautious about them, because they know the loopholes and they can use the loopholes and also help others to use that loopholes. So this is a person who's an economist. He knows the system well, and he helped another criminal to launder money. It is complex by necessity. The whole idea is to make it impossible for authorities to trace the dirty money while it's cleaned. There are lots of money laundering techniques that authorities know about, and probably countless others that have not yet to be uncovered. So that is very true. Na? जो भी बैंक के processes हैं that have been formed after a fraud has happened in certain ways. जिस तरह से फ्रॉड हुआ नहीं, अभी तो बैंक को पता ही नहीं कि इस तरह से भी हो सकता है, तो उसका प्रोसेस आएगा जब वैसा फ्रॉड हो जाएगा. So usually इंडियन बैंक्स में जितने भी NGO अकाउंट्स होते हैं या जिनको फॉरेन की फंडिंग आती है, हम उनको रेड फ्लैग करके रखते हैं. फॉरेन फंडिंग में क्या सबसे बड़ा रिस्क है? फॉरेन फंडिंग में क्या रिस्क हो सकता है?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, terrorist financing.
Yes. तो टेररिस्ट फाइनेंसिंग बहुत बड़ा रिस्क है. तो इसलिए हम लोग इंडियन बैंक्स में आई कैन टेल यू कि ऑल द NGO अकाउंट्स and are red flagged, and all kind of overseas funding coming into it is closely monitored. So evidence of red flags in institution accounts and transaction should prompt the institution and examiners reviewing such activity to consider possibility of illicit activities. While these red flags are not evidence of illegal activities, these are common indicators should be part of an expanded review of suspicious activity. सो ऐसे भी आपको कस्टमर्स मिलेंगे, जैसे इंडिया में if you are depositing more than 10 lakhs or withdrawing more than 10 lakhs, as per RBI, you have to give a declaration as to why you are doing it. Okay. So the moment you tell the customer you have to do it, a lot of customers will want to not undergo that transaction. So that is actually a suspicious transaction or money laundering transaction. So customers enters into the transaction informed that a cash transaction report will be filed, refusal or reluctance to proceed, abrupt withdrawal of a transaction, action taken to avoid BSA reporting and record keeping. So key transactions are done just to avoid reporting. So जैसे for example 10 lakhs में 10 lakh and above अगर cash deposit या withdrawal है, it has to be reported to RBI. What the customer would do? The customer would do a transaction of 9,99,999. So obviously it is that customer is deliberately doing it to avoid the reporting of the transaction. And I've been giving you the example of 49,999, where the customer is trying to circumvent the reporting to the income tax authorities. Then the account can be red flagged. So red flag का मतलब क्या है? Customer refusal, and so customer refusal or reluctance to provide information or identification. जब आप कुछ छुपा रहे हो, that means something is wrong. Multiple third parties conducting separate but related non-reportable transactions. इसीलिए आपने देखा होगा ना, एनीवेयर बैंकिंग जब हम पढ़ रहे थे तो हमने देखा था कि एनीवेयर बैंकिंग के भी कुछ लिमिट्स हैं. ये लिमिट्स इसीलिए सेट किए गए हैं so that third party doing transaction on the customer's account is limited. Transactions structure to abhi to khair it is much better, because now the bank uses various kind of softwares and technology to manage this. Otherwise earlier it was very, very difficult to even look at suspicious transaction and to prevent them. So transactions which are not consistent with the customer business, occupation or income level. Structured or recurring non-reportable transactions. So we example 49,999. Numerous transactions are conducted in even dollar amount. मतलब same amount के छोटे-छोटे transactions कर रहे हैं. Significant increase in number and amount of transactions. So एक salary account है जिसमें महीने के अंत में सैलरी आती है और महीने के शुरू में 10 तारीख तक विड्रॉल हो जाता है, बट अचानक से यू सी देयर आर नंबर ऑफ ट्रांजैक्शन इन दैट अकाउंट. दैट इज सस्पिशियस. A non-account holder conducts or attempts to conduct transactions with no apparent legitimate reason. So एक ये मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग केस है, ब्लैक मार्केट कोलंबियन पेसो एक्सचेंज. This system, which the DEA calls the largest drug money laundering mechanism in Western Hemisphere, came to light in 1990s. अगर यहाँ पे हमारे पास इंडियन केसेस नहीं है, इसका मतलब इंडिया में नहीं, ऐसा नहीं कि इंडिया में ड्रग ट्रैफिकिंग नहीं होती है. इंडिया में भी ड्रग ट्रैफिकिंग होती है, एंड we are all aware of it. बीच बीच में आप लोग देखते भी होंगे कि इतने का ड्रग पकड़ा, इतने का आर्म्स पकड़े, तो होते इंडिया में भी है. बट फॉर आई थिंक आज का इंडिया में शायद अभी भी इट इज मोर थ्रू कैश rather than the bank account. So this system where the DEA calls the largest drug money laundering mechanism in Western Hemisphere. So Colombian officials sat down with people of US Treasury Department to discuss the problem of US goods being illegally imported into Colombia using the black market. When they conducted the issue alongside the drug money laundering problem, US and Colombian officials put 2 and 2 together and discovered that the same mechanism was achieving both ends. So they were doing importing and then laundering the money. And the mechanism is primarily established to escape taxes on the money exchange from pesos to dollar and the tariffs on the imported goods. तो ये स्मगलिंग अभी इंडिया में कम हो गया है क्योंकि इंडिया ने ड्यूटीज कम कर दी हैं. तो स्मगलिंग क्या है? स्मगलिंग इज गेटिंग थिंग्स इनटू the country without paying the duty. Duty is the additional amount you have to pay for importing. तो अभी ड्यूटी के साथ वो सामान बहुत महंगा हो जाता है. तो व्हाट आई डू इज आई ट्राई टू नॉट पे द ड्यूटी एंड ट्राई टू गेट इट थ्रू इलीगल मीन्स. तो मेरा कॉस्ट प्राइस कम हो जाएगा. आई कैन सेल इट फॉर अ हायर प्राइस एंड अर्न मनी. सो वही वो ही स्मगलिंग है. So the mechanism is primarily established to escape taxes on money exchange from pesos to dollar and the tariffs on imported goods. So Mexican criminals sending drugs to the US, converting US dollars to pesos, and again US importer sending goods back to Colombia. So the complex setup relies on the fact that the business people in Colombia, typically importers of international goods who need US dollars in order to conduct the business. So this we have seen yesterday as well. The ways of money laundering is structuring deposit, also known as smurfing. This method entails breaking up large amounts of money into smaller, less suspicious amount. In the US, this smaller amount has to be below 10,000 USD amount at which US bank have to report the transaction to the government. The money is then deposited into one or more bank accounts either by multiple people or by a single person over an extended period of time. And overseas banks also can be used. Money launderers often send money through various offshore accounts in countries that have bank secrecy law. For all intents and purposes, these countries allow anonymous banking. तो जिस ग्राउंड पे हम लोग इलेक्शन जीते हैं ना, गेटिंग द ब्लैक मनी फ्रॉम अब्रॉड, क्योंकि टैक्स इवेजन के लिए it is said that people have stashed their money in countries with very which allow anonymous banking. So a complex scheme can involve hundreds of bank transfer to and from offshore banks. According to the IMF, major offshore centers include the Bahamas, Bahrain, the Cayman Islands, Hong Kong, Antilles, Panama and Singapore. तो बीच में आपने पनामा पेपर्स के बारे में सुना होगा. पढ़ा था, सुना था किसी ने पनामा पेपर्स के बारे में? नहीं सुना है?
यस मैम, सुने थे मैम पनामा.
खुशबू झा has finally joined in. क्यों खुशबू, क्या हुआ? लाइट नहीं आ रही कानपुर में?
नो मैम, मॉर्निंग में आ गई थी लेकिन 9 बजे आ गई. मैम रात भर लाइट नहीं थी, बारिश भी बहुत तेज हो रही थी.
सब जगह ये हाल है. यहाँ भी अभी थोड़ी देर पहले आई है लाइट, काफी टाइम से नहीं आ रही थी. So method money laundering can use underground banking or shell companies. Shell companies are companies जिनका अपना कोई business नहीं होता है. कहना नहीं चाहिए but usually सारा कुछ भी ऐसे बोला जाता है. Shell companies, they don't have any business but still they have various companies. So shell companies, these are fair companies that exist for no other reason than to launder money. They take in dirty money as payment for supposed goods or services. Actually provide no goods or service. They simply create the appearance of legitimate transaction through fake. इसका माइक है, प्लीज इसको ऑफ कर दो, बहुत आवाज आ रही है. राहुल, so actually provide no goods or service. They simply create the appearance of legitimate transaction through fake invoices and balance sheet. तो जिनका अपना खुद का कोई रेवेन्यू मॉडल नहीं है, वो शेल कंपनीज है. They just are used for sending for routing money from one account to another. And then underground banking, some countries in Asia have well-established legal alternative banking system that allow for undocumented deposit, जिसको हम हवाला भी कहते हैं, which withdraws and transfers. These are trust-based system, often with ancient roots that leave no paper trail and operate outside of government control. So this include the hawala system in Pakistan and India and the fine change system in China. So hawala तो ऐसा होता है कि ना just नाम बता दिया जाता है कि इतना पैसा वहां पहुंचा दो. There is no documents asked, there is no receipt given, कुछ नहीं होता है, बस सिर्फ ट्रस्ट पे हवाला सिस्टम चलता है. And then this money can also be invested in legitimate businesses. So launderer sometimes plays dirty money in otherwise legitimate business to clean it. Large brokerage firms or casino that deal in huge sum of money, thus it is easy for them for the dirty stuff to blend in. Then small businesses like cash intensive businesses like bars, car washes, strip clubs, or check cashing stores. These business may be front companies that actually do provide a good or service, but whose real purpose is to clean the laundered money. तो ये तो आपने सुना भी होगा, अपने आसपास ही देखा होगा कि where people use money obtained from illegal means into legal businesses. So they can have the financial route where the launderer can combine his dirty money with the company's clean revenue. In this case, the company reports higher revenue from its legitimate business than it is really earning. Then the bank route, the launderer can simply hide his dirty money in company's legitimate bank account in the hope that authorities won't compare the bank balance to the company's financial statement. So, एक business आप कर रहे हैं और उसी में सारा पैसा दिखा रहे हैं, जबकि you're routing the money of illegal businesses also through that account. So to conclude, we've seen that most money laundering schemes involve some methods or combination of methods. The black market peso exchange is pretty much a one-stop shopping system. Once someone smuggles the cash to the peso broker, the activity of tools, the variety of tools available to launderers make this to a difficult crime to stop, but authorities do catch the bad guys even now and then. So these are some trends in money laundering. It can be interstate funnel accounts, trade-based money laundering, money brokers, and trade-based money laundering, nominee and misuse of legal entities, correspondent banking, prepaid card, virtual currency, loan originator fraud. So सारे इस टाइप की फ्रॉड्स इंडिया में भी बहुत होते हैं ना. आपको ऐसे एक बीच में वो नाइजीरियन फ्रॉड चला था जहां दे विल टेल यू कि यू सेंड सम मनी और आप यू विल गेट अ फॉर्च्यून. और कई लोग इसमें बिलीव भी करते हैं. एज वर्किंग इन अ बैंक आई एक्सपीरियंस दिस. एक दिन पढ़े लिखे लोग पूरी फाइल बना के लेके आए कि माय somebody has died in the US and they want to send me the money, but they're saying कि you first confirm the account number and then they will send the money. So अच्छे खासे पढ़े लिखे लोग भी get carried away with this fraud. So anything this I've been telling you since the start of the course, anything which looks too good to be true, don't believe it, because money does not grow overnight and there is no way anybody can do it. और फालतू का पैसा आपको कभी नहीं मिलता है, इसलिए don't get into it. Also, you have to inform your customers. You have to inform your customers that they should not believe it. And there are many ways of money laundering. Some of them are noted here. As bankers, we have to be aware of the methodology of money laundering. So virtual currency.
हेलो मैम, इस तरह का मेल मेरे पास भी पहले आता था.
हाँ
मैम, जैसे इंडिया से बाहर से.
हाँ, वो बाहर से वो नाइजीरियन लोग थे एक्चुअली.
मैम आता था कि मैम लॉटरी में आपका नाम आ गया है.
करेक्ट.
और मैम आपको पैसा भेजना है तो इसके लिए आपको पूरा अपना बैंक अकाउंट बताना पड़ेगा. तो मैम ये सब फ्रॉड था, तो पहले से पता था हमको, तो हम कुछ किए नहीं।
हाँ, अभी तो काफी टाइम हो गया ना, 15-20 साल से ऐसे चल रहा है, कई लोग, लॉट ऑफ पीपल हैव लॉस्ट देयर मनी। तो वही है ना, हमेशा कभी भी कोई चीज बहुत अच्छी दिखे उस पर विश्वास नहीं करना चाहिए। यस खुशबू, यू आर सेइंग समथिंग।
यस मैम, लास्ट में मेरे पास कॉल आई थी कि आपका एफबी में सबसे अच्छा प्रोफाइल है, तो उसके लिए आपको मतलब क्या लॉटरी लगी है आपकी, सबसे पता नहीं क्या क्या बोल रहे थे, अकाउंट नंबर और सारी डिटेल्स मांग रहे थे, बट मैंने नहीं किया क्योंकि उनकी बातों से ही नहीं लग रहा था कि ऐसा कुछ होता भी है।
करेक्ट। और बहुत सारे फ्रॉड्स, अगर आप ये देखते होंगे, सावधान इंडिया या क्राइम पेट्रोल, तो उसमें देखते होंगे ना किस तरह से फ्रॉड्स होते हैं और मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग होता है इन द बैंकिंग सिस्टम। सो बेसिकली कि हमको बैंक में अपने आंख कान खोल के काम करना, मुंह चाहे बंद रखो मुंह बंद रखो, आंखें और कान खुले रखो, तब काम हमको बैंकिंग इंडस्ट्री में करना है।
मेल ज्यादा आता है मैम, इस तरह का मेल।
हाँ। तो और ये भी नहीं है कि इवन वेरी रोबस्ट बैंकिंग सिस्टम्स आर यूज्ड फॉर डूइंग फ्रॉड्स एंड मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग। So maybe the technology was not prepared. The bank keeps on working on it, but पहले बहुत सारे frauds हो चुके हैं because of the technology not being able to support it. So for example, in 2010, Wachovia was found to lack adequate system and control to monitor transaction conducted by its international correspondent bank. Correspondent is international transaction. Bank customers for potential money laundering or other suspicious activity. 2014, so देखो, a bank like Standard Chartered, which is a very well established renowned bank, lapses can happen there as well. So Standard Chartered Bank transaction monitoring system failed to detect a significant number of potentially high risk transaction, resulting in USD 300 million penalty for the bank. In 2005, weaknesses found in Commerzbank's transaction monitoring system and failure to implement internal control to appropriately manage risk related to foreign correspondent banking business. ये तो हमने कल देख लिया था, वो always involved. So World Bank, IMF, OECD.
मैम इंडिया में भी एक जगह, झारखंड में एक जगह है जामताड़ा करके, इस तरह है।
हाँ,
वहाँ पे
वहां से
मैम
बहुत frauds
बैंकिंग
है।
फ्रॉड बहुत होता है, अभी भी होता है।
हाँ, करेक्ट करेक्ट।
लेकिन मैम वहाँ पुलिस या बैंक कुछ कर नहीं पाती है, वहाँ के लोग जो करते हैं। बस ये बोलती है कि आप ट्रांजेक्शन मत करिए, उनका बात मत सुनिए बस।
वही कर
लेकिन कोई
सकता है ना।
कोई पकड़ाता नहीं है वहाँ पे।
हाँ,
ये
वही है,
फेमस
पढ़े लिखे बेरोजगार
फेमस है
होते हैं,
मैम,
क्या
ये
करें।
फेमस जगह है ये मैम, फ्रॉड का मतलब साइबर बैंकिंग फ्रॉड है।
साइबर फ्रॉड्स के लिए।
यस, जामताड़ा है कोई मैम, झारखंड की तरफ का। मैम इसमें एक्टर भी सब भी आए थे, न्यूज में एक बार दे रहा था, फंस गए थे मैम।
अच्छा, हाँ, वो तो इसीलिए आप देखते हैं ना, आरबीआई का कैंपेन हमेशा चलते रहता है कि किसी को अपना पिन नंबर ना बताइए, अपना पासवर्ड मत बताइए, ओटीपी मत बताइए, एंड बैंक विल
और
नेवर
मैम
आस्क यू।
बहुत प्रोफेशनल तरीके से बात करते हैं सब।
करेक्ट, और क्या, प्रोफेशनल तरीके से बात करेंगे तो ये तो। सो ये वैसे तो यूएस का है, बट इंडिया में इंडिया में भी ये एक्ट आया था, प्रिवेंशन ऑफ मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग एक्ट 2002. So these are US के acts, but India में you have the AML Act 2002. So all companies are, हमने देखा कि now the onus of preventing money laundering is on the institution. So every institution or every bank has to have its own AML policy. A policy approved by board of directors to prevent money laundering must be reviewed and approved annually. A regular period BSA AML risk assessment, annual independent review of credit unions BSA AML compliance program, तो क्रेडिट यूनियन तो हमारे यहाँ नहीं होगा, बट वील हैव टू कंपेयर इट प्रॉपर्ली विद RBI's प्रोग्राम. एंड इंडिया में भी एक कंप्लायंस ऑफिसर होता है, is required to monitor the transaction and he is required to report the suspicious transaction to the Financial Intelligence Unit India. So an individual designated as BSA compliance officer must be provided the tools and training to effectively manage the institution BSA AML program. Annual training for all staff and volunteers as appropriate for job duties and responsibilities. So this is what I was telling you. The training, the banks have identified that training is a must and a way to prevent money laundering. ज्यादातर मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग इसलिए हो जाती है क्योंकि लोगों को पता ही नहीं है कि ये मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग है. So if they train their staff, they make their staff aware of money laundering, possibly then the money laundering can stop. So FIU is one of the institution to reduce money laundering. So these are certain timelines. So you have a growing concern of international community to deprive criminal element to the proceeds. Or this also tells you that AML is not a local thing. It can exist at the international level, and it exists on the international level. So terrorist financing, drug trafficking, तो international crimes है ना. तो सिर्फ टैक्स इवेजन ही एक मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग नहीं है. देयर कैन बी मेनी अदर वेज, मेनी अदर रीजंस फॉर मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग. So in 1980s, mid 1980s, there was a growing concern of international community to deprive criminal elements to proceed of the proceeds of their crime. Egmont Group set up to stimulate international cooperation amongst FIUs, best practices for exchange of information. Sorry, in 1989, Financial Action Task Force set up to ensure global action to combat money laundering. 40 recommendation, complete set of countermeasures against money laundering. 9 special recommendation on terrorist financing. Then in 1997, Asia Pacific Group on Money Laundering set up to create awareness and encourage adoption of AML measures. So need for a financial intelligence unit. Law enforcement agency had limited access to relevant financial information. So need to encourage the financial system in effort to combat laundering. Need to report suspect financial transaction by financial institution to a central agency for assessing and processing reported transactions. So India में भी हम जो है जो भी suspicious transaction होता है, we route it through the compliance officer to the FIU. So FIU is a central national agency responsible for receiving, analyzing, and disseminating to the competent authority disclosure of financial information concerning suspects proceed of crime required by national legislation or regulation in order to combat money laundering. So we have FIU India. So relatively a newer organization set up while the Government of India Office Memorandum dated 18th November 2004 to coordinate and strengthen collection and sharing of financial intelligence through an effective national, regional, and global network to combat money laundering and related crime. So core function is intelligence management, relationship management, and policy review and development. And it's a multidisciplinary unit headed by a director. So this is so all the banking company, financial institutions, and financial intermediaries have to report their suspicious transaction to the FIU. So you have the RBI, the Departmental of Corporate Affairs, SEBI, IRDA reporting into FIU. Supervisory and regulatory agencies, intelligent agencies like RAW, and NCB and Enforcement Directorate, all those. And in India, we have the PMLA, the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. And the rules notified there under impose obligation on banking companies. So banks ko to karna hi hai, financial institution and intermediaries of the stock market. So basically anybody dealing with money has to follow these guidelines. So they have to appoint a principal officer. So all companies have to appoint a principal information officer. So so verify, and this we have seen, this KYC, maintain records. So KYC doesn't only mean verifying the client identity of the client, you have to also maintain the records and furnish information. And all banking companies, including all nationalized banks, private Indian banks and private foreign banks, have to follow the PMLA. All cooperative banks, primary cooperative bank, district cooperative banks, and central cooperative banks, State Bank of India and associates and regional. So all banks have to follow the PMLA. So every banking company shall communicate the name, designation, and address of the principal officer to the director, FIU India. And the principal officer shall furnish the information referred to in Rule 3 to the director, retain a copy of such information shall the purpose or for the purpose of official record. So these are certain laws what are like for the offenses under PMLA. So they have part A and part B of the schedule. So offenses specified under part B of the schedule if the total value involved in such offenses 30 lakh rupees or more. So these are offenses under the Indian Penal Code, offenses under the narcotics, drug and psychotropic substances. तो ये सब आपने सुना होगा, अभी सुशांत के केस में ये सारे laws applicable हो रहे थे. Offenses under the Indian Penal Code, offenses under Arms Act, offenses under Wildlife Act, offenses under immoral traffic prevention 1956, offenses under Prevention of Corrupt Act 1988. So पहले भी सब law थे, but PMLA has consolidated. So this we have seen. Verification of the of identity of the customer would mean you verify and record identity of the client, current address and permanent address, nature of business and financial status. Maintain record for the identity of the client for a period of 10 years from the date of cessation of the transaction with the client. तो ये आपको ऐसा नहीं है कि हाँ वो हमारा client था पर आपके पास record होना चाहिए for the next 10 years. Now यहाँ पे challenges हो सकते हैं verification of identity में. The customer might have multiple IDs, so you have to take वैसे अब with the Aadhaar card these things have reduced. Existing clients ये भी अब काफी reduce हो गया होगा, पर पहले क्या होता था ना कि पहले आप reference पे भी account खोल देते थे like banks, but that was like 15-20 years back. So you would open accounts by reference also. In that case, you will not have the ID and address proof of the customer. So the banks had to obtain. However, with the new rules where you have to do a re-KYC every 3 years, 5 years, depending on the risk profile of the customer, these problems in the system have reduced. So this is all I was telling you, that the bank has to report all transactions more than 10 lakhs or its equivalent in foreign currency to the RBI, and all suspicious transactions, whether made in cash or not. So all series of cash transactions integrally connected to each other which have been valued below rupees 10 lakhs or its equivalent in foreign currency, where such series of transactions have taken place within a month. तो ये भी हो सकता है ना, स्मर्फिंग भी हो सकता है कि कस्टमर ने को ज्यादा अमाउंट करना हो, बट इंस्टेड ऑफ डूइंग 10 lakhs he does smaller amount. तो ऐसा कुछ है, that has also to be reported. Suspicious transaction means a transaction, whether or not made in cash, which to a person acting in good faith give rise to a reasonable ground of suspicion that it may involve the proceed of crimes. Appear to be made in circumstances of unusual and unjustified complexity. Appear to have no economic, rational, or benefit purpose. So anything which is, which appears odd can be a suspicious transaction. So when you are reporting, it should be scalable design. Matlab you can file in a number of reports. So scalable design, suspicious transaction report involving numerous individual legal entities and account. Normalized designs reduce repetitive information capture. Editable PDF format, ease of filing. Comparability of electronic format with transactional data structure of reporting entities, and comparatively of electronic and manual format. So this can be reported through secured gateway information security standard. So these are some reports which the bank has to file. So manual cash transaction report. So cash summary of cash transactions report, cash transaction report, annexure A, individual detail sheet, legal person, entity detail. Then manual suspicious transaction report, suspicious transaction report with the individual detail sheet, legal person detail, account detail, then electronic format, suspicious transaction report, cash transaction report for a banking company and for an intermediary. So intermediaries bhi to, it can involve in money laundering. So they also have to, and intermediaries can also be used for money laundering. So they have to. So these are some files which you in electronic reporting: the control file, the branch data file, account data file, transaction, individual, and legal person data file. Now, some challenging in detection of suspicious transaction. Now, this can happen if the transaction, if this is not centralized. So if you have decentralized databases, then identifying a suspicious transaction might become difficult. Also, if you are doing manual transaction, then the data will not be captured in electronic form, and then it will be difficult to track. Now, you have to also take care of the process. As I've been telling you, all the banks have process and procedures in place for each kind of activity, and these are being formed or made keeping the risk of money laundering also in mind. So you should be aware of your roles and responsibility. Identity matching with hot list of individual and entities. So red flagging हमने देखा था. Mechanism to verify financial details. Because of the number of transactions and the way transactions are happening, technology obviously plays a very big role. However, the financial institution should select the appropriate anti-money laundering solution and analytical tools and money laundering typology. And we have seen in operational risk, the main role is played by the people. So their awareness and training would reduce this. There's a compliance cost, obviously. And as bankers, you have to maintain confidentiality and privacy of the customer's information. So your the quality of data reports should meet data requirement of data mining, identity matching, reduce false positive. तो ऐसा हो सकता है कि एक ही कस्टमर ने दो ब्रांचेस में जाके एक ही तरह का ट्रांजैक्शन किया हो. So rather than repetition of information, we can club that and send it to the FIU. So validation of data files, the data should be in valid data structure. All the mandatory data fields should be filled in. There should be a relationship integrity and data sufficiency. So this is the website of Financial Intelligence Unit India. So in India also you have to file any suspicious transaction report to be to FIU India. तो जरूरी नहीं है कि ट्रांजैक्शन अमाउंट बहुत बड़ा हो. People can also structure their cash. So we have to look at the activity rather than the amount. So although these are required transactions, there might be some transaction level or the amount, but anything which is suspicious, maybe smaller amount, also should be reported. So although there are required transaction levels for filing a suspicious activity report, a financial institution may voluntarily file a suspicious activity report for suspicious transaction below these thresholds. So if the suspicious transaction involves currency and exceeds $10,000, the financial institution will need to file currency transaction report in addition to suspicious accounting, suspicious activity report. So India में भी वैसे ही है, आपको एक RBI के साथ report file करना पड़ता है if the transaction in account exceeds 10,000 rupees, 10 lakh rupees, and और suspicious activities भी file करना पड़ता है. So I think we'll take a break here and get by 11:40. So अभी हम लोग थोड़ा 5 मिनट पहले break ले रहे हैं. So let us get back also 5 minutes early. So it's 11:25. Let's get back by 11:40. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Right.